Hello, it's Sonya from Exeter Craft Hub. Today's workshop is about doing stained glass windows and pictures that you can put in the window, make them all bright and colourful. So this is an example of a stained glass window that I did earlier, which I'm going to put on the window now, and then I'm going to explain what equipment you're going to need. So to start with, you need some card or paper. This can be coloured or it can be white. And if possible, you need tissue paper. So we've got lots of sheets of tissue paper here. If you don't have tissue paper, I'm going to show you an alternative in a minute using pens. So what you need to do first is decide what design you want. Most of the designs that we do tend to be symmetrical. So you've got option of a craft knife, scissors, and you've got a glue, PVA or Pritt stick, something like that. And I'm going to start off by showing you something using red card. So we're doing a lot of themed things at the minute, which is with hearts. So to get things symmetrical, the best way to do it is to fold your piece of paper in half. So if you fold your card or your paper, once you've done that, that's going to be the centerpiece, is going to be your central line. And then if you think you need some help, you can draw half of a shape onto the paper first, or if it's a simple shape like I'm going to do, I'm going to do a heart. You literally just cut your heart shape, or half a heart, out of the paper. That gives you a heart shape, and it also gives you an outline. And to be honest, you could do things with the outline that you've left behind as well later if you wanted to. So then with your heart, what you then need to do is decide what pattern you want. So again, you might want to draw some shapes first. So you could get maybe a little marker pen and just draw the shapes that you want. So you might want to do diamonds or abstract shapes, triangles. Remember, you're going to have to cut all these out. So whatever you decide to do, make sure that you're going to be able to cut them out. Now, for smaller children and people that maybe don't have craft knives, scissors is the safer option. So you can literally cut out the shapes that you decided from the middle, making sure you leave a gap in between, because you need a gap just to make sure that that's the bit that's going to hold everything together. So don't cut up too close, because you want to leave a nice gap. So I'm just going to cut a few shapes in the middle to give you an idea. So there's a few shapes out the middle, and then you can see when you open it up, you've got some interesting shapes at the middle. Now again, you could use scissors for the edge, or you could use a craft knife. And again, if you use a craft knife, please take care, and you can then cut around the bits that you've written and drawn up, so that you then cut out shape. And by having it in half, what it means is you've got symmetry then, because you've got the same shape on both sides, which is quite nice. So you would continue to cut out all of this shape. Another one that you could do is maybe rainbows. So again, here's one I started. So you can see I fold it in half and I've cut strips down. And then when you open it up, you've got your rainbow. And then as you can see, I've started already taking some of the squares that I've already pre-cut, and you can cut them as you go if you prefer, to then go along the rainbow edge. So I tend to use a scrap of paper. This is quite important, otherwise things get stuck everywhere. So I put a scrap of paper underneath, and then I just very carefully glue the edges where it's black along either side. And then when you've done that glue, you then take your tissue paper square, and you might say go for 2 colours. So for example, if I go for 2 pinks on this one, you might have 2 colours that you're using, and then you might have to cut it to fit, but you just go along gluing the edges as you go. And the reason I use paper is that sometimes it gets stuck, so just glue it and then move it. And then again, we've got another piece. So you can see you just stick your squares on, and then when you turn it round, it looks really neat and tidy. Okay, so you can do hearts, you can do squares, you can do windows, you can do whatever you fancy with different things. If you haven't got tissue paper, what you can do is get a similar effect using Sharpie pens. So this is quite a thin paper that I found. And again, what I would tend to do is decide, maybe this is a stained window, something like that. And I would do my design. You can be a lot more specific on this. And you can colour in each of the squares with a different colour. So you can do it as detailed or as simple as you like. So pick your different colours. So as you colour in, you can then edge them with black, or you can just edge them with a darker colour. So again, it's up to you. So you put your colours in, colour each of the squares, and again, when you hold that up, it looks really lovely and you can see through. So that's a simple version. If you don't have tissue paper and you don't have any coloured paper, you colour it in yourself. Okay, and just to finish off, just to show you what lovely effects that you can get, I'm just going to move the camera a minute and just show you some of the ones that I've done. So there is a heart, a window and a rainbow, and there's one that I've done with colouring in sheets, which again I think looks lovely. So just some ideas of how to do window designs. Thank you very much. Sonya Ellis, Exeter Craft Hub.